Hi guys, it's Anna from P&P Creations, and I am here with my March pages for Project Life. So let's get started. And this is a combination of using my March Studio Calico Project Life kit and some other papers, as well. And then of course, previous embellishments or embellishments from previous kits that I had left over that I've been using. So anyway, the first page, this is one of the smaller design pages, but March started out with my sister's baby shower. I went home down to South Texas for her baby shower and help her and my mom get ready. So the first thing, and I'm going to try to zoom in here. So the top part is, this is my title card, Nalia's Baby Shower 2013, Getting Ready for the Big Day, March 2nd. And I used, in order to kind of start the whole March pages, I used, Studio Calico sent this all to their subscribers, and it has all the calendar months, and I used the white March 2013 one. Now on this side, this picture here, I used Crepe Paper's Little Bo Peep. This is one of from the 6x6 pad, and I cut it to 4x6. And this is a picture of my sister's friend helping us hang up the paper lanterns. My mom has this huge 2-story living room, and so part of the decor was to hang some lanterns from the top. And the little alpha stickers that you see on my title page and here, those are from the Studio Calico kit. And this is a picture. I took a decoration. I did a little clothesline with some clothes right along the fireplace. And this is a pink paisley photo tab, and this comes from a previous... No, I believe it didn't come with the previous kit. It was just from their Valentine's Day collection. And then this bottom one is also from Crepe Paper. And this is actually, this Love Speech Bubble is from Printable off Studio Calico. I don't remember which one it was. I don't remember if it was Snippets or one of the other ones, but so I cut it out, and picture of my sister's cake and the diaper cake I made her. And on this one here, this is my mom, and this background paper is also from the 6x6 Crepe Paper Little Bo Peep collection. And so my mom trying to hang the lanterns in the dining room. So, and then the yellow stickers also came with the March Studio Calico kit. Now I'm going to zoom back out. All right, and let's go to the next page, or the back part. And this is just a continuation. So this is a picture of my sister and her belly, and that's a mesh wreath I made for her in the background. And this is a picture of it a little bit closer. Sorry for all the noise. And this is my little title card, deco mesh wreath that I made for her. And I took a little Instagram of it. And this is just a little one on my sister. She's the one that's having her baby. And so I just kind of journaled about that. And on, let me move my album. This side's a picture of me I took of myself to send to my husband that day after I got ready. And I will be the aunt, so I put Tia Anna on there, and I put the date of the shower. And then this is just a picture of this tree she had in the front on my mom's front entry. And her theme, of course, was pink, but it's also owls. So take a picture of that. So I'm going to zoom back out again. And this is my next page. I actually have about 3.5 pages for March, which is the most I've had for the year. But this is just a shower continued. And one thing I did want to show you guys is that I took my Allie Edwards stamps, my Studio AE, and this is one of the ones for March. I subscribed to her monthly stamps on Technique Tuesday. And in order to use them, because I haven't been using them, is that I started stamping them on these 4x6 grid cards from Becky Higgins, just to be able to use them for journaling, especially since the Studio Calico kit doesn't really come with a lot of 4x6. So anyway, so I used this one to journal, but this is me, my sister, and an old friend of ours. And these, I believe this card, I don't think this came with the kit, but I don't remember, but I know this one did. So, and these are old vellum arrows that came with a previous kit, a scrapbooking kit, I believe, and I just did some stitching along there. And this is an Elle Studio tidbit. And then I'm going to zoom in a little bit. This is a picture of my mom. And these little, I believe these are banana fish. These did come with the Project Life kit, so I used it on there. And that's my sister's dog, who's all pooped out. And I just did a little journaling on the picture down here, and then I used the other half to describe the picture up here. And this card did come with the Studio Calico kit, and I was going to leave it by itself, but I was in a stitching mood, so I just went ahead and did some stitching around there just to add a little bit more to it. All right. And let's move on to the back page. All right, so this page, this is more on pictures once I was home. And I'm going to zoom into the top part. Excuse my foot there. But this is my trip to McAllen. And I did go by car, so I put a little wood veneer car on there. And I put March 1st through 3rd. I actually was there since late April, but since this is not, since late February, but since this is March, I just put the dates I was here in March. And RGV stands for Rio Grande Valley. And this is actually a card I printed out. I think this was a free printable off Project Life Becky Higgins' website. And this is a wreath I made for my grandmother. My mom was so impressed with the deco mesh wreath I made for my sister that she wanted me to make one for my grandmother. And my grandmother loves 4th of July. She's very patriotic, and she always has wreaths or anything that has red, white, and blue. So that's why I made her mesh wreath 4th of July ready. And she loved it. She was so happy to see it. This next part, this is a picture of frozen yogurt, and there's a place down there in McAllen called Crazy Yogurt, and there's several places, but this is one specifically by my mom's house. But we went there, and they always have everything I like, so I put on here my favorite combo: mango and coconut froyo, almonds, fresh fruit, chocolate chips, and honey. So that was my little concoction there. And I'm going to move to here. This is a picture of my aunt. Her name is Agustina, but I call her Tia Tina. And she just discovered the cell phone and texting. So you notice that little green thing around her neck. It's actually a little knitted thingamajig one of her friends made her to carry her cell phone in. But that's her texting my brother. So I had to take a picture because it's so funny, because she's always was criticizing us with our cell phones. And this picture is actually, I took this on the road back to Houston, and after I left the Rio Grande Valley, I did notice a bunch of commotion on the other side of the road, and so I kind of slowed down a bit, and I took a picture. It turned out to be a trail ride. So anyway, it was interesting driving and taking a picture at the same time, but it came out pretty good. All right, and I am going to zoom back out. Now, this is actually more just like a small insert, only because when I was home in McAllen, I went to PetSmart with my aunt to get some stuff for her dog. And while we were there, I went to look up the snacks, and they had antler bones. And my dogs love antler bones. They will chew on them and chew on them and chew on them. So I bought each of them one. So my title page says Doggy Heaven, and I'll zoom in. So it says Doggy Heaven, and basically they're saying thanks, Mom. And this is just, I like this little stamp. It actually came with my March Studio Calico add-on, which was called Hook. But one of the stamps says just always be waiting for me, and I put that on there because my dogs are always waiting for me at the door when I get home. So that's just a little reference to them. And they're winners because each of them got their own antler bones. So I put that Studio Calico badge that came, or that, I think it's Hello Forever Marcy Penner badge that came with the kit. And this little tag actually was a printable. I think this came from either Sundrifter or Snippets. I don't remember. But these stickers, these are the bingo chip stickers, and these came with I believe these came with the Hook add-on as well. And so that's Max, Peaches, and Patrick, and they each have their antler bone. I took an individual picture of them. This is an Elf Studio tidbit, and this is a little clip that came from Pebbles. Came with a previous scrapbooking kit that I took apart and started using some of the embellishments that I had not used. So this is kind of a title card / journal card. It's called New Antler Bones. And so I just kind of write a little bit about, that I found the bones and how excited they were. And those things were done with in a week. Now, on this page, I am a March baby. My birthday is March 14th. So I decided to do the backside on my birthday. So my title page is called Happy Birthday to Me and my birthday on there. And these are pictures. We actually had a office meeting, and I'm going to zoom back out. We had an office meeting at this great restaurant in the area called Hubble and Hudson's. So someone took a picture of me with my dessert, and so they notified the staff that it was my birthday, so they put a little candle on the side. This is kind of like a little dessert trio sampler. And these are baskets that I got at work. This is an edible arrangement that my medical assistant gave me, and this is a cookie basket my husband gave me. All right, now this page, in March, my office, we participated in the St. Patrick's parade in North Houston, and the parade's been going on for years, and I had never been to it, but one of my colleagues had, and she was, her and her family had been for the last few years, and so she had a great idea for us to have a float. So this was her first year. This was my first year going to the parade, but not only that, but participating in it. And I found this great card. I believe this is on Becky Higgins' website that you can download and print. But I really like the saying, if you want to keep your memories, you first have to live them. And that's a Bob Dylan quote. So I used some of the washi tape that came with the kit. I believe it's the Fifth and Frolic Dear Lizzie one. And these are buttons, actually. These are buttons. Where are they from? They're from one of the scrapbook kits. I don't remember which one, but they're green, so I used them for here. And my little title page is St. Patty's Parade CPA Float. And that's happened actually on St. Patrick's Day. And this is a picture of our float. Our office manager, her husband, put together this trailer. And everybody decorated. So this is me getting ready. I put a bow on and a crown or a tiara. So I labeled it Diva. Ready to go. And our office actually invested in this balloon baby that rode in the front of the trailer, which we were all kind of hesitant about, but it actually was not bad. So it actually worked out well since we're pediatricians. One of our boss, Dr. Who, he wanted us to have that. And these are some of the doctors I work with. So took a picture of them, and this is some journaling I did. And then this is the rest of our wonderful staff that came out and helped out and rode on the trailer with us, passing out beads. And what was funny is that we thought we were well prepared, and we ran out of beads even before we got halfway through. So, but next year I think we're ready to, get a lot more beads and have more supply. But this is one of the other doctors I work with, and she's waving out to the crowd. And these are just pictures of the crowd. There was lots of people. There's lots of people with their dogs. So this is one of the pictures I took. And this is, again, one of the other few doctors that are on there. This came with the Studio Calico kit, this high five, and also this little wood veneer from Amy Tangerine. And these are some basic gray enamel dots. And this is from an old one. I actually bought the Studio Calico grab bag, and I had every single one of those. Nothing was different. I really figured that there was going to be all the same ones, but I was like, I'd hate to miss out on it. So I went ahead and bought it. And I think what I'll do is give it away to somebody who wants to, all the extra ones that I didn't want, give them away to somebody who wants to do Project Life. And this is the baby being deflated. So titled it Doctor Who's Baby Goes Down. And I'm sorry for the glare, guys. And so this page, I believe this is my last page, but this page, this I believe came with the kit. Or this might have come with the Studio grab bag. I'm not sure. I might have also printed this online, but I'm so sorry, I don't remember. But this is basically my dog. That's Peaches, hiding behind the toilet. We were getting our carpets cleaned. It had been about 6 months since our carpets were cleaned, and so the Coit man was over looking at everything, and first she starts barking, but she's really barking because she's scared, and the next thing I know, she's behind the toilet hiding, which was really cute, so I took a picture of it. And I took this card here, and I journaled about that. And this is just kind of a filler card, and I did color in March, so, you'd wear, obviously these are March pages, and this is from an old scrapbooking kit. It's a little speech bubble, but I cut the little point off and it just says LOL. And this bottom one, this is a picture of my project life after it came in. I tuned in March 25th. Actually, I was there like at 11:30 p.m. and they were already on sale. So I snatched my Jade edition up and it came with the album and the dividers and everything. So that's a picture of that. And later in this week, this was March 21st, we actually got invited to this Merlota masterpiece where you basically drink wine and eat snacks and try to copy a painting. So this was our painting, which looked very complicated. It actually took us 4 hours. And this is one of those other 4x6 grid cards that I stamped, one of those Ali Edwards stamps, in order to use them more. And this is Tamika. She's my medical assistant. And this is Brooks Anderson. She's a physician I work with. And so the three of us attended. And we got to attend for free, which was great. And so basically I say the original's up here and mine is down here. And I used this Rain Rain Go Away. I didn't know how to use it. But since it's actually supposed to be raining in the picture, I thought I'd use it. So here's a picture of my version of it. It was a lot of fun to paint it, but doing these skyscrapers with all those little windows was really a pain in the butt. That's all I have to say. Oh, and I added the moon. The original one doesn't have the moon, but one of the other ladies painting a moon, and I thought that was so cool, so I added it myself. And this is the back of my last page, and I'm going to zoom out for this. I'm sorry, guys, I keep moving the camera. So there is not much to the end, so a lot of this is filler, but one of the important things at the end of March was a flash mob I was involved with, and it was actually put together by my Zumba teacher. So I titled this Zumba Flash Mob, and it happened on the 22nd, which was a Friday at Vintage Park here in North Houston. And so this is basically, I didn't get any pictures of the actual flash mob because I was in it, and my husband took some pictures and he, oops, I am so sorry. Sorry guys, and never sent them to me. So these are basically just pictures from the practice, but I'm treating them as flash mob pictures. But that's my teacher up there, and she's just kind of organizing us and telling us what we're gonna do and what cues we're gonna have and all that stuff. So I just journaled about that a little bit. And this is a picture of my friend Amy, and we're all just kind of here. This is our group. We were the second group to come on into the flash mob. And this is, I just journal about the flash mob as well. And this is one of those 4x6 that came with the Studio Calico Project Life kit. And in order to kind of separate this from this, I wanted to use this ampersand, so I just cut it into 3x4, two 3x4s in order for it to fit. But this last part, what I've been trying to do is these little cards that come with your Studio Calico kit. I've been trying to include them in my Project Life, but this is the one for March. And so I got the main scrapbooking kit and the main Project Life kit, and I got the hook add-on. And then I made this little title card, March Studio Calico Kit. I really should add an S to that because it's really kits. But this is kind of a continuation of this. We went to this place in the Vintage after our flash mob called Cheeseburger. And what's so funny about this place is that my husband and I joke about this place all the time because every time we go to the Vintage for dinner or anything, he's always like, where do you want to go? And I'm always like, Cheeseburger. And it's kind of a joke because that's such a funny name. But it's actually pretty good. So I was kind of impressed. I mean, it's not like it was the best burger ever, but it was pretty tasty. I would recommend it. Any of you that live in North Houston and haven't tried it, go ahead and use it. Well, anyway, that is the end for March. So I'm just going to close my album here. And I just wanted to show you guys one last thing. As I was telling you, I've been trying to use my Ali Edwards stamps a little bit more. And I'm trying to find, I can't find my stamp set. Of course, oh, here it is. These are some of the extra ones I got. I'm going to come around this side. So these are some of the cards I didn't end up using that I made. These were 4x6, but these were with the March Studio AE stamp set. I'm going to probably use those in another month, or in a future Project Life layout. But this is a stamp set from April. Allie Edwards. And so I made these, and I made just two 3x4s because the Studio Calico kits come with a lot of 3x4s, and I made 3 4x6. So I thought this was a great idea to use my stamps and not just let them hang there in my little clip it up. But anyway, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.